Come on down to Cinemassacre Video, where selection is the name of the game. We got comedy, drama, action, horror, movies for kids, movies for mom and dad. We got the newest releases, the hottest video games, even Laserdisc. Having a problem making a selection? Our friendly staff is always there to help out, and with our state-of-the-art database software, it's easy to find exactly what you're looking for, even if it sucks. Cinemassacre Video in the Voorhees Memorial Shopping Center next to Caldor. But first, a message from our sponsor.
Hey Tony, what are you up to?
Well, I was mad that Justin wouldn't let me in this review, so I drew a picture of me as Shredder beating up Ninja Turtle versions of you guys. How does it look?
I'm gonna be honest, Tony. It's one of the worst drawings I've ever seen.
Oh, I was gonna put this in the episode, but if it looks bad, everyone's gonna make fun of it. What am I gonna do?
Well, if you want, I could do it. I mean, I have a background in art and animation.
Oh, I know! Skillshare! Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes covering dozens of creative and entrepreneurial skills. It's the perfect place to keep you learning and thriving. Premium membership gives you unlimited access, so you can join the classes and communities that are just right for you. I found Ira Mark's Illustration by Design, a guide to elevating your drawing skills, to be super helpful. It turned my drawing from this to this.
That's a pretty great improvement. That class must have cost a fortune.
Actually, Skillshare is super affordable with an annual subscription that's less than $10 a month. And since they're sponsoring this video, you can sign up with the link in the description and get a 2-month free trial. So join today, Kieran, and you can learn to draw too.
Well, I mean, I kind of already know how to draw and all, but, you know, I have...
Thanks, Skillshare!
Boy, I love the Ninja Turtle movies. Most of them, at least. I very sentimental towards the first movie, and I think the first one is objectively a good movie.
I agree. I think it's totally a good movie.
Yeah, and I think it's really a shame that, because the sequels got cornier as they went on.
Yeah.
And I think the first one was kind of brought down with the reputation of the sequels. If you look up the first Turtles movie on Rotten Tomatoes, here's what it says. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is exactly as advertised. One-liners, brawls, and general silliness. Good for the young at heart, irritating for everyone else.
Wow.
Whoever wrote that was confusing it with the sequels.
Yeah.
Because that is exactly what the sequels are. One-liners and silliness. The first one is good. Now
you know what? He just wanted to get mentioned by us.
Yeah.
He wanted our attention to piss us the fuck off. Well, fuck you, dude. Whoever you are.
Yeah. I mean, well, those consensus. I mean, that's like the consensus on it. I don't know how they get that. A lot of times I feel it's pretty accurate, but this was one time where it seems like they are calling out the sequels and not the original.
No.
The first one came out in 1990.
1990.
Yeah, so I was 6 years old, so this was the most amazing thing to happen to me ever, aside from Ghostbusters 2, of course.
Yeah.
So, and I was a huge Turtles kid. It was like, Turtles was probably my first love.
Yeah.
Well, probably Mario Brothers, then Turtles, then like G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
probably
Oh, yeah.
Great,
Ninja
great
Turtles, G.I. Joe for me. Yeah. That's where I went.
Yeah, but what I love was this movie was a progression because, you know, I saw the cartoon first, obviously, and I was like all hyped on the cartoon, and then found out there's going to be this live action movie and not exactly knowing what it was going to be. And going into it and being like, oh, holy shit, like Raphael says, damn.
Yeah.
And it's like more violent. And yeah, and well, he says it 3 times. The first time is a whisper.
Come on, let's get him in the car.
Damn. The second time he says it out loud.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah.
And the third time, damn.
Yo,
through the city.
Through the city they hear it.
when he screams in this movie, especially in like the house part, it's so scary as a kid.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when the camera's like orbiting around.
Yeah, that part when
He's, like,
isn't
getting
that
pumped.
when they find Splinter's gone?
Yeah.
And he just screams like, and the guy.
yeah.
Of course, what I like though is that they have the guy walking by the sewer that's like, ugh.
Yeah, like
It's a
echoes
kind
through
of,
the sewers. Yeah.
You know, balance it out because it's upsetting.
Yeah,
This movie's dark.
It is.
That's what people don't get. And like you said, Ninja Turtles 2, a little bit cornier, still a fun movie.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles 3, that's
we'll drop some
Ninja
comments
Turtles
at the end.
1 though is a it's a good film.
It really
it's
is,
dark.
and,
It's more like the comic.
It is. It is like the comics, exactly.
Oh, you have them?
Yeah, well, these are the trade paperbacks.
Yeah.
I have some more of them, actually. But yeah, the comics
Are these
are
the stories
great.
in order and everything?
Yeah, and actually, if you want to
That's
talk
cool.
about the comics really quick.
Sure.
So in the comics, Splinter and Hamato Yoshi are 2 separate characters. whereas in the cartoon, they made him the same person. Like, he turns into the rat. So Splinter was his pet rat who mimicked his martial arts moves. So that scene is in the comics.
Yeah.
Also, Raph has a hot temper. He says damn in the comics. Raph fights Casey Jones in the park.
Mm-hmm.
One of the turtles is injured in battle with the Foot Clan. They fight the Foot Clan in a shop underneath April's apartment. Casey Jones joins the battle. The apartment burns down. They stay at a house in the countryside, and the whole thing is told through April's journal entries.
Oh.
Casey and one of the turtles are name-calling each other, like just dishing out insults while they're fixing the truck.
Oh, yeah.
Then, of course, they have the battle with Shredder on the rooftop where they kill Shredder.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they kill Shredder in the first comic.
Wait, in the comic, do they kill him with a garbage truck as well?
No, they knock him off the roof. I mean, after, like, stabbing him with like, the katana and everything.
Yeah, doesn't, what's it called? Like, Leonardo slices shit out
There's,
of him.
like, impalings
There's
and, like...
blood and all that stuff.
I mean, not the sidebar, but I always thought it was weird that all the turtles have, like, wooden or, like a size for breaking swords and whatever. But... does Leonardo really deserve 2 katanas?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's a 2-handed weapon. What the fuck is he?
Yeah, they all have 2 except for Donatello, who has the one
he has
bow.
the one bow staff, yeah. And you know what's weird was, like, in the later cartoon, Michelangelo never used his nunchucks. He used a grappling hook, like, all the time.
I think some kid must have got hurt with nunchucks or something.
Nunchucks, I can imagine.
They all got to keep the other weapons, but the nunchucks were too violent.
You know, thank God no one got hurt with the katanas or the sai.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
At least it was nunchucks. The kid probably got a bump on the head. He's whatever. He's not impaled.
Yeah.
He's not sliced down the middle with guts coming out. You know.
Yeah. So bottom line, the movie is very faithful to the comics, and I think it plays like a dark comic book movie. Mm-hmm. And I think that this completed a trilogy of Batman 89, Dick Tracy also 89, and then Turtles 1990.
Oh,
these were all like darker kind of comic book movies. I mean, Dick Tracy had all like the bright colors and stuff, but they did. I think that's when comic book movies were really starting to look like their source material.
They're all.
I think the 3 of those are 3 of my favorite comic book adaptations that I've ever seen. Yeah.
I love Ninja Turtles. I had this tape as a kid, and the thing was
tape?
it was that exact tape, the FHE.
With the baseball commercial in the beginning.
Yeah.
Now, you gotta know how to catch. You gotta know how to throw. That's why I play in right field, way out where the dandelions grow.
As a proud sponsor of Little League Baseball, Pizza Hut welcomes all the kids who make it great.
Making it great.
I got that for I think it was my 4th birthday. I had this and the Coming Out of Their Shells tour. I hated, even as a child, the Coming Out of Their Shells tour, and I had this.
I loved the Coming Out of Their Shells tour. I even had the... I never saw the live show, but I had the cassette tape, and I used to listen to it all the time.
I've been... I guess maybe it was at like Universal Studios or something, maybe Disney, I forgot where, or maybe... Six Flags, but I remember going to like stage shows of Ninja Turtles that weren't Coming Out of Your Shells.
You know, was it the one that came after? Or was it the Getting Down in Your Town tour?
Oh, that's
Getting Down in Your Town.
I think I went to this.
No.
Oh, there you go. It was like Six Flags and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I went to.
There you go. Yeah.
Getting Down in Your
Town
tour?
Down, yeah.
I've never heard of that in my life.
It looks like they're fucking Kiss.
Yeah, like
oh shit.
Oh my god, their faces are terrible.
Hey. At least it's not, and I did videos on these, at least it's not Turtle Tunes and Wish You a Turtle Christmas. Ooh. If you want to see bad.
Holy shit, they're so scary. Oh my god.
If you haven't seen these, oh my god.
They're so scary.
So with this you have, I'm just going to show you this. You have Michelangelo or Raphael. You have Michelangelo or Raphael. And you have Michelangelo or Raphael. And then you have Donatello or Leonardo. Who the fuck are on this? Like,
they're the wrong colors.
There's 3 orange headbands and one bluish purple headband.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
And then wait till you see the tape. Then it's a whole other story. So so I
hated the music ones, man.
Yeah, I actually did a series of videos on that a long time ago, back when it was Turtle Tuesdays on Cinemassacre.
Yeah, I remember those.
But to get back to the first movie, first of all, excellent creature effects.
Oh, the
Jim
suits are
Henson
great.
stuff. It is amazing. Like there's never even been anything like since. Like effects have declined since this era because I mean it got into a period where Jurassic Park you can mix CG and practical effects.
It became just CG.
You could do it right, and then it became all CG. But this you could see as the movies goes on. The first two movies, the creature effects are great, and then the third one. They started to get shitty.
Oh,
yeah,
it's bad.
You still have the fucking Pizza Hut coupon?
Let's go get some Pizza Hut, yo.
Yeah, did it expire?
Expires December 31st, 1991.
Damn.
I think we missed it by a little bit. Yeah. Splinter looks amazing.
Yeah.
And even in the second
His
movie.
voice is great, too. It's so
good. Toka and Razar in the second movie look great, too.
Yeah, they're dumb, but they're cool.
And also, shout out to Kevin Nash, Big Daddy Cool Diesel, who played Super Shredder in the movie.
Oh, right. Yeah, in the second movie.
In the second movie.
From John Wick fame.
Yeah.
So just hitting through these plus marks, all these like bullet points that Rotten Tomatoes or somebody should take notice of and rank this movie higher. So we mentioned awesome creature effects. Mm-hmm. The score is just incredible. Like there's the scenes I remember when they're like about to fight the Foot Clan and you see the Foot Clan running through the sewers and it's like that dun, dun, it's like this upbeat, montage like workout music almost.
Yeah.
And then there's like the really sad music when they're like trying to talk to Splinter through like the fire, when he's like a spirit.
That was weird. But
yeah, it's like there's all like telepathically.
The scene that always gets me is the fight scene between them and the Foot Clan at April's apartment. That song always hits me.
The one that's in the background when they're like when the fire.
Yeah,
is like
the fire's hitting and the answering machine dangles down and all that stuff.
Yeah,
that scene is one of the most like when I was a kid, like even to this day. Let me tell you, I'm getting like shivers about thinking about it. Yeah, right. Like it's such a like I don't know. That scene is upsetting.
Yeah.
It's scary. The fire coming down, them hacking the floor up and them falling through the floor.
Oh, the whole scene from that to them to Raph having to get better, to Leonardo like waiting by the door, which is frightening, to them like fixing the car and all that. I always thought that scene when I was a kid was like 2 hours long. It's 20,
when
25
we
minutes.
watched it at the drive-through or the drive-in movie theater, I was like, man, I could have sworn the scene was way longer. I feel like as a kid, you're like waiting for them to get back.
Yeah, like
and
so
you just
much
want
happens.
Them to.
Yeah, which I really love that scene when they're in the countryside. And as mentioned, it's like an entire comic. Where like the movie gives you time to breathe for a little bit, where the Turtles and Casey and April are all starting to get to know each other a bit. And Casey and April have this really good chemistry together, where they're just like they're kind of bickering like a married couple. Like they almost go straight to like a married couple almost. And there's this really funny scene where I think they start to argue and then it cuts to Donatello and he goes, uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, when I was a kid, I didn't understand their like sexual tension, as it were. And I was watching it, more recently, and I was like, oh.
I don't know if you guys have watched the Nickelodeon did a 3D Ninja Turtles cartoon a few years back, but they did an entire episode where the Ninja Turtles get messed up and they go to that house and they did an entire homage to the original 1991 and the comic book and everything. To be honest, since the 1987 cartoon, that 3D cartoon, I think, is the best thing that they've done with the Ninja Turtles since
I know
then.
they did.
Did you see Batman versus Ninja Turtles?
Not yet. I saw that they... Yeah, I need to watch it. I saw the previews for it because I watch all those like DC animations. I love those.
Yeah.
But I saw the previews for it. I got to take a look at it.
Oh, it's good. Yeah. Oh, the humor in this is great. Before it got too corny, like here, the Turtles' humor, it really works because it was the first time hearing like all the wisecracks and the jokes. Michelangelo's impersonating Humphrey Bogart, Sylvester.
You dirty rat.
You kill my Cagney. Yeah, he does Cagney. And then he does Sylvester Stallone. Like all that stuff was fresh and new when it happened. It never overstays its welcome. The action and the fight choreography is great because it gives you more respect knowing that not only were these like, accomplished martial arts actors, they had to do it in these suits. Yeah. In these like bulky turtle suits.
And also a friend of the show, Ernie Reyes Jr., not really friend of the show, but we mentioned him a million times since we've started doing this.
Speaking of friends of the show, Robbie Rist does the voice of Michelangelo.
Yeah. But he, Ernie Reyes Jr. was one of the Ninja Turtles in the suit.
And then 2, he was...
And in 2, they were like, hey, man, you're good. Like
he was Kino, right?
Yeah. So they got him, and I mean, you know, Surf Ninjas, which is what our third episode we ever did of rental review. So.
Speaking of Kino, that's pure Kino.
It is pure Kino.
So, it just has a lot of really good scenes.
Yeah, my favorite parts of the film are definitely... I like how the Foot Clan kids have like this amazing arcade and skate park warehouse.
Oh yeah.
It reminds me of like
you
the
want
scene
regular
or menthol.
Yeah, Mentos. You want regular or Mentos? The Fresh Maker.
Yeah. That scene was cool.
Which also he is what's it called? When we were watching this, damn, what the hell is his name? The guy who plays Justin Hammer in Iron Man 2.
Oh, Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell.
Oh, he was a kid with the cigarettes.
Yeah, he was the kid with cigarettes. Guy from Galaxy Quest.
Well, that hangout, there's something about, it's like the combination of the skate ramps, the arcades, the graffiti, and
their
like
ramp was pretty damn cool. That was like a Tony Hawk, Pro Skater 2
level.
PlayStation
but
level.
That realm that you're looking at in that movie, that is 1990.
Yeah,
like, that
but it's
is
also...
just,
the Foot Clan...
The guy with the bass who's with the mohawk. With the mohawk. I remember seeing that guy as a kid and being like, holy shit.
But it's so scary because they're bringing all these kids in because they don't have a place to be, and they're turning them into criminals and soldiers of the Foot Clan.
Yeah.
And then when they're higher level, they get like their asses kicked and they're disposable like warriors. Watching it now, like as a kid, like I didn't see any of that.
Yeah.
And now watching it now, I'm like, man, this is like a messed up movie.
No, being part of the Foot Clan is no joke. Like, you're not like a robot like in the cartoon. You're a human getting beat up by Ninja Turtles. Can you imagine fighting like Leonardo right now? Like, I'm like, oh, cool, I'm part of the Foot Clan. This is great. And then Leonardo slices the shit out of me, and I'm like, help.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, like, at least they don't, it's not like the comics where they're not like, they don't murder any of the foot soldiers, I don't think. But I don't know. I have to look at the comics again. But yeah, there's a lot of impalings and stuff. But a lot of times it's like mutant creatures they're fighting, like the Triceratons and all that.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, like back to the movie. One of my favorite shots in the movie is Shredder's entrance, because you just see this overhead shot, this overhead angle of this long shadow, and you almost can't really tell what you're looking at first. And then you see it's Shredder, and he's walking, and the camera cranes down and then comes around to show his face for the first time, and it's all one continuous shot, and it's just amazing. And it's got that droning like electric guitar, that just one note just buzz and dun dun. I mean, just great, composed shots in this film,
and he's so damn intimidating in this film compared to like. Especially going into like from the cartoon going into the movie, because I grew up, saw the cartoon first, then saw the movie. Shredder scared the fuck out of me as a kid,
I mean, it is such a well-made movie. Like, how can you call it irritating and only good for kids?
Oh, you're still pissed off about that guy?
No, I'm not.
It's not a guy. It's the consensus.
It's like that's pretty fucked. That like the people who probably wrote that.
Yeah,
like,
and who cares about that? I'm just saying, if that's the reputation this movie has, more people need to see this again, because this is a well-made Turtles movie.
But wasn't it received okay? Like it did
when it
well?
came out? I mean, there was nothing like it. I don't know how it was received critically. But
I mean, it was
critics
one of those...
can go fuck themselves. They can go eat a turd or something.
In my opinion,
cowabunga
you have people that'll say shit.
Shithead. This is not Turtles 2 and 3. The first one is like miles above the
Turtles
others.
2 and 3 are
do you want to
good, but so Turtles 2 fun movie.
Yeah, let's talk Turtles 2. Turtles 2 was a fun movie, and as a kid, I loved it, although I can see as an adult that is not as great a film as I thought.
As a kid, I watched that one more. I was pissed that it wasn't more like the cartoon.
Yeah,
like
because
Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yeah, because they didn't have the license. This was all about the comics and not the. I mean, actually, Token and Razor, I don't know where they came from. Maybe
they were just, I think,
made up. I guess.
Yeah, and they were in some of they were in Turtles 4. They were in
the good
Turtles in Time, they show up, but I don't think they were real. They were in the cartoon at some point, I believe.
Oh, like later on, that's right. Like under season, like
I don't get why they got another turtle. Like they needed
the thing is,
Slash. You mean?
Oh,
No,
what are you talking about? Toka?
Toka.
Oh,
the
yeah, that
snapping
was weird because he's
turtle.
a snapping turtle. Yeah,
He is
I
like
thought you meant
Slash.
Slash.
Yeah, I
Slash was.
forgot,
So
yeah.
I love Slash.
So what I liked about the second movie is that, take it or leave it, whatever you think, the second one advanced the lore forward because now the mutagen, they go into the turtle's origin with the mutagen, and Shredder uses the mutagen to make more mutants, which is exactly the progression that the stories should go. I think the standout silly moment, which is undeniably silly but very sentimental, is the Vanilla Ice scene.
Yeah,
where
of course.
they just happen, the bad guy's headquarters just happens to be next door to a Vanilla Ice concert and just does an impromptu song, ninja rap.
Maybe he's just a really good freestyle rapper.
Wait. The making
oh my
of?
God,
There's
it's
the making
still
of. There's
unopened and oh wow.
I have seen it though. So this is the
oh my God,
making
the
of,
faces on the turtles are terrible.
Look at Donatello.
the making of. The best thing I could sum it up, like Vanilla Ice is talking about it and how like the idea came about, and he goes like, "Yo, they told me to make it ice, so I made it ice."
So,
oh shit.
Does anyone in Ninja Turtles 1 or 2 call them the Ninja Turtles? Does anyone call them the Ninja? These are the Ninja Turtles.
I don't think so, but they sure do.
They call them the Turtles.
So
that's about it.
The first person to call them the Ninja Turtles in this entire series is Vanilla Ice in the song. So he came up with their name.
We have to double check that, but that's very possible.
The place with the power of the Ninja Turtle base.
So yeah, Turtles 2 does not hold up as well, but it's still really fun.
It could have been better.
Turtles 3, however,
didn't you cut that in half?
Oh, I did.
You want to do it again?
No, this isn't the same one.
Okay.
Yes. Unfortunately, I have a second copy. However, you know what? I did a review a long time ago, 2007, all about how bad this was.
Yeah.
So I don't think I need to shit on it anymore.
Yeah. This is the only one I've ever seen in theaters. Was Ninja Turtles 3.
Yeah, I saw them all in theaters, and I actually seen them all twice in theaters. But this one was one where I was kind of like in denial. Where, okay, as a kid, the main takeaway, what really disappointed me, besides the effects being cheaper, Jim Henson, was long gone by this. Not long gone, but he was dead for like a couple of years or so. I wanted to see it progress more. Give us more of the characters we know. It was mainly Krang, the Technodrome, and Dimension X. Like I wanted to see all that happen. Never happened, and instead we got nothing, bullshit. And there wasn't even Shredder. And if regular Shredder could survive the garbage truck, why couldn't mutant Super Shredder survive the dock? But with all that aside, I can at least say this movie has a consistent theme. Like they just went for feudal Japan and was like, okay, we're just going for that. And
it had good scenes. Like I like the Japanese guys in New York City. I like how they build their base. There's
like
some things that are good.
Yeah, the thing was when I saw this movie, this is the only one I saw in theaters, and I begged my Aunt Mary Beth to take me to see this movie. I hated it.
Oh my God.
I was so upset most of the movie. I was like,
what part, what aspect pissed you off?
Michelangelo
being captured. The whole time?
Almost the whole movie.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that there's like 3 fights in the whole movie.
Yeah.
That's like it. But Michelangelo is my favorite Ninja Turtle of all time. He's my favorite.
Really, both?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dude, he's the one you want to hang out with.
Coolest. Yeah, he's so cool.
I'm a Donatello guy because I'm a fucking nerd.
Well, you're a Nintendo player or whatever.
Well,
I'm Michelangelo because Michelangelo's cool.
No,
I want to eat pizza with him.
He's a party dude.
Yeah, he's a party dude.
Raphael's kind of a dick, and Leonardo's personality type is the leader, so he sucks.
So I'll say this, for my first ever Halloween in my entire life, I was Michelangelo. My mom made my costume out of felt. She made me, it was like a,
Tell me you have a picture
shell.
of that.
I might. I have to ask my mom for it, but I have
that.
So it's felt. Like my front shell is made of felt, my back shell is made of felt.
Front shell.
I have an orange, like, it was like a handkerchief that she found, like an orange handkerchief that she cut holes in. And she gave me nunchucks made out of toilet paper rolls that were rolled up.
Okay.
So,
I thought you might be the kid that hurt themselves, so they got
No, it's not me. I was Michelangelo in my first ever Halloween. He's been my favorite since I was, ever. I will say this. I would hate to have the Ninja Turtles as my roommates.
They're dicks.
They seem awful.
Oh, when we watched it the other day, we were talking about the scene where Shredder, they're looking for Splinter.
Yeah.
And they're like...
Are we talking about 2?
Yeah, 2.
Okay.
I don't care.
I know what you're about to like.
He's
talk
like, they're like, where's
what's coming?
Yeah.
He says, where's Master Splinter? Oh, he's on the roof, coming.
Where's Splinter?
He's been up on the roof ever since he saw your report.
Really? Doing what?
Coming.
Or he's like, what is he doing?
What is he doing on the roof?
Master Splinter is master.
Coming.
Master Bader Splinter?
To a decision, or whatever he said. But he just says, coming.
Yeah, I've seen people on Twitter like cut it down and stuff, but no, we watch it. We're like, wait, what?
We were like, wait, and I think like too when we were at the drive-in.
We want to talk about the drive-in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mahoning Drive-in.
All right, we're gonna start this up. So Mahoning Drive-in is in somewhere in Pennsylvania,
Mahoning,
like Lehigh,
Mahoning, PA. Yeah,
I guess so.
Lehigh Town or something. Lehigh Town.
It's in the goddamn mountains.
Look up Mahoning Drive-in. It's a functioning drive-in theater from like the 40s. I'm gonna say.
And let me tell you, their hamburgers, they're so good.
There's a documentary called At the Drive-In on Amazon.
Yeah, check out
the Drive-In. It's pretty good.
Yeah, At the Drive-In on Amazon. They show retro movies on film. They go all out. So we went to see a double feature of Turtles 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And they had like cosplay, they had all the video games out and the board games, and like they just turtle themed the whole place out. Mm-hmm. They show all kinds of stuff. You know, they had a Godzilla marathon recently. I would love to go back sometime.
Yeah, me too. That was a lot of fun.
You guys you're definitely watching this, you Mahoning people, I guess.
Yeah.
We probably sent it to you.
We
want Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
Let's do it. Double feature.
Oh my
God. There's a lot of them. Yeah.
Please.
Plan 9 and Ed Wood would be a good one.
That would be.
So like it's like a little pilgrimage because it was the first time I ever got to a drive-in theater as an adult. I was at a few when I was like a baby. I saw Superman 2.
Cool.
One of the Bond films, but I was a kid. I don't remember, you know.
Yeah.
So this was the first time actually going to a drive-in as an adult, and at first I was kind of thinking like, oh, maybe this isn't really going to be as cool as I thought because you're just sitting in your car watching the movie. It's like maybe it's a, you know.
It started to rain.
Yeah, it did rain.
It did rain, but it wasn't really like
it wasn't a problem.
It really didn't piss us off or anything.
But it was cooler than I ever imagined because you can just, it's like a little pilgrimage. It's like everybody, like you park your car and then people just walk around. You could, you know, sit on your car, whatever. And
you get
just
food, you sit around, shoot the shit for a few hours. You look at everything. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
And you might wonder, like, well, how do you hear the movie and everything? I mean, you can listen through your car, through the radio, because they transmit it, you know, into their cars, which is what they've always done.
Which it sounded amazing through the radio. It sounded so good.
But if you're worried about, like, you know, killing your car battery or anything like that, it's like, I personally, I really enjoyed just, like, hanging out outside the car with a little portable radio,
a boombox,
and they like broadcast like a little like radio show right before it started, and they announced me on it because they knew I was there.
Out. It was
like
fun.
they recognized me when I walked in. They said, "So we have the angry video game nerd in the audience," and I was like, yeah, they just have a really cool like little community. Like it just seems like everybody knows everybody.
Yeah, I got to talk to the projectionist who's been there since like the 50s, 60s, like whatever, or maybe I forgot, like maybe 70s. I forgot how long he's been there. He's been there forever. But he was like showing me how he like does the film, and I used to be a projectionist, as I said before. So I was like, oh yeah, this and this, and like showing the reels and they tape and all that. So it was really cool to do that.
So yeah, I mean, part of the enjoyability was that it was very leisurely paced. Like people just showed up and were just hanging out before the movie would start. But being that it's in the summer and it doesn't get dark till like 9:30, they couldn't start the movie till then. Yeah. So if you're watching a double feature, plus if you have a long drive, you're gonna they do allow you to spend the night if you check their website.
They also have a garbage fire apparently at the end, or like whatever,
a bonfire.
They light a can on fire and everybody chills, and that's like apparently like a big like thing. We left like as they were starting that.
Okay,
but that's like I guess a tradition too.
That's cool.
Which
we got to go back.
We definitely got to.
We do. We got to go back and spend the night because it was a very very long drive home at the end. Separately. So I got to tell you guys this story because I was in my own vehicle driving home with a couple of my friends, and we were driving home in the middle of the second movie because I couldn't make it through the whole second movie. I was just like getting really sleepy. I'm like, well, I need to drive home. So I left sometime during the second movie, and I left the radio tuned in so that I can still hear the movie when we left, just to see how long it will last.
Yeah.
Probably not very long. I'd say it gave maybe 10 minutes before it fizzled out and turned into another station.
Yeah.
But there was a time where you could hear both stations kind of competing at the same time. So you hear like some other music, some pop song or something playing. And the movie part was the scene where Shredder first meets Toka and Razar as mutants. And all you could hear is this pop song mixed with babies! They're babies! Oh! And I could never recreate that, but we were so sleepy and just like, you know when things are extra funny when you're like kind of tired?
Beat. Oh my God.
We were just cracking up. Oh, man. It was so funny, but I wish that we could have had that recorded.
Oh, jeez.
Because it could never be recreated. There's no way.
Yeah, it's just like the happenstance of...
Yeah. And then I just thought, the funny thing too was what if you live around there and you just tuned your radio into that station and just heard that and was like, what the hell is this?
Like, you're just like, man, this radio station sucks.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird as hell.
It's down there. It's like 88.3. It's like at the bottom of the...
88.3.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so great experience at the drive-in. Hope to go back there. Check it out, and definitely check out the first Turtles movie again if you haven't seen it in a while.
And don't listen to Rotten Tomatoes.
Or
Rotten
anybody.
Tomatoes, more like rotten reviews, if you ask me.
Usually they're pretty accurate, I think, with the consensus on there.
Sometimes they can suck it.
See you at the drive-in if they do Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter.
Yeah, please do Mortal Kombat Street Fighter.
We'll be there.